Can everybody hear me? Yeah, all right. So, welcome to Creative Mornings. I've been lucky enough to be a part of this organization since we founded it here in Orange County, I don't know, how, 2017? We're actually, one of the interesting things about Creative Mornings here is we are the only county chapter. Everywhere else is a city, so we have more power than every other chapter out there. So things like this have been a great opportunity for me just to connect with everybody. It's been a huge part for myself. I see some students that I have, and it's one of the awesome things that we've experienced as professionals where we get to see each other. Just quick raise of hands, who works either alone or is the only creative in their organization? Yeah, look at that. Yay! So, Creative Mornings is a great opportunity to have that type of experience and just be like, oh my gosh, Karen, she's just the worst. She just asked me to take that PDF and open it for the 27th time. But I'm not here necessarily to talk about those type of challenges and things like that. We're here to talk about journey. And we all have a journey. We all have something we are doing, something we are going through, and everybody's journey is unique and individual on their own. So I have a question to ask for you. How do we predict the future? That can be a rhetorical question, or if somebody wants to answer, I would love it. Anybody? You don't. You don't. I would say the best way to predict the future is to plan it. Now, those of us might hear that and go, yeah, that sounds great. Does anybody ever have a plan go wrong? Yeah. So, think to yourself, the best way to make God laugh is to make plans. So in a way, what is it? Are we the architects of our own design, or are we just following a path that's already laid out for us? Clearly, this type of meticulous planning is something in between, part planning, part improvisation, and entirely what we make of it. So today I want to explore embracing this balance of challenge and adventure and turning setbacks into stepping stones. So this awesome illustration here is actually by my co-founder and creative director, Austin Haynes. So if you want some amazing illustration of your face, hit him up. Also, Austin, what is it this month? It is caricature, what? Caricature resolution. Caricature resolution. Very easy to say. So if you do want to follow him, he's drawing, this is the only time he posts, so this is also me guilting him, hoping he will post more often. If you do want to follow him or other caricature artists, they post every single day for this entire month. It's pretty awesome. And different caricature. So anyways, who am I? Why am I going to talk about this? I'm Daniel Adoff. My path has been anything but linear. I'm the founder of Dino Creative. I'm a teacher at Laguna College of Art and Design. And also, I coach Muay Thai kickboxing. I'm also an athlete. In the past, I've done things like played water polo and coached as well. One of the biggest things that I've found is facing challenges head-on has produced enormous growth and also allowed me to have amazing experiences. But what truly sets me apart is taking all these kind of interesting, weird facets and intersections of my interdisciplinary understanding and bringing them together. I'm I'm a nerd. In fact, I just finished Spider-Man 2, I don't know, 4 or 5 years too late. And I take that type of gaming strategy and gaming understanding and build it into my business strategy and branding understanding. I'm also an artist who sees branding and storytelling through that artistic lens. I'm an entrepreneur that believes that creativity and business go hand in hand. So just like hopefully all of you, you have different intersections in your lives. And you can take those intersections, bring them together, and make a better version that someone else couldn't get anywhere else. So, oh, my fonts aren't here. This is sad. Oh well. Anyways, so I've had the opportunity to help many different businesses transform and grow and establish their creative voice and stand out from the rest of the crowd. I've also helped thousands of students and other athletes go from that beginning stage of not knowing who they are or knowing what they're doing to growing into this amazing professional which exists out there. One of the biggest things that I've learned is, that's all right, oh man, it really messed that up. Oh, it looks so good on my computer. What? Yeah, whatever. Exactly. Hey, that's exactly what we're talking about today. So, anyways, one of the most valuable lessons I've learned is when things go sideways and you're forced to adapt. So on that note, obviously I planned this on purpose, break the rules of graphic design to make something work. Whether it be life or business or school, if I have a purpose, if I have a why, and I can face those type of challenges with that understanding, it's going to actually give me a direction to go. It's going to turn these obstacles into opportunities. A different way to say that is, don't stare at a closed door or else you'll miss a new one opening. Or, another way to say, is the path forward isn't about being perfect, it's about being intentional. You may have heard that in the idea of being intentional with what you do. So, in my life, I faced a lot of dragons, challenges. I faced things from the housing crisis of 2008. I've changed from focusing more on illustration to design. I've had creative blocks. I've had personal challenges. Probably for many of us here, that doesn't sound new. You're like, yeah, I lived through some of those things, and I've experienced probably many of those things yourselves. In my life and in Dino Creative, I've learned important things about approaching these type of challenges. So, harking back to my gaming analogy, I approach these different challenges like a turn-based RPG. So, sadly, this doesn't look great, but whatevs. There's 3 different ways to approach it. Escape. So we can go to the next slide. Let's see how it looks. Cool. You get it.
The E is escaping.
Yeah, the E is escaping. I like that. So escaping, you need to sometimes take a step back, you need to regroup, and you need to take things from a better angle. That happened for me in 2008 with that housing market crash. I had recently graduated, and things were going great. I had all sorts of freelance work, everything was awesome. And then everything dried up. There was nothing left. I had no work in that sense. But it was really awesome because I was building a water polo program at that time. So I escaped that type of line of trying to go from freelance. I moved into the angle of building this water polo program. I took it from 15 people to 150 people. And I wouldn't have had that type of opportunity if I hadn't pivoted in that type of way. So it's not about running away, it's about finding a new angle to go at these type of challenges. It all deals with the same thing. I took this expertise of branding, understanding, illustration, and all of these things and applied it to a water polo team. More and more and more, when I was in that place, they would go, oh my gosh, you guys have the coolest suits, you have the coolest shirts. Man, I love this gear. That also allowed me to have other opportunities later on in that career. I created my own portfolio piece. So the next one is the D that's trying to defend everything else. It's about fortifying. It's about building a stronger foundation to weather challenges. So during COVID, yay, another once-in-a-lifetime thing, along with that 2008 housing crash. At Dino Creative, we were already set. We were already working remote. We used this opportunity to fortify things. We built more into our digital systems. We built better processes. We improved our communication by using things like Discord to create a digital environment where we could hang out with each other. So through all of that, like a fortress being reinforced and building those walls, we built them up. Like in peacetime, we knew that this would help us weather the storm further on and later. So our next thing is to attack. Let's see if we can attack. Are we attacking? We are attacking. We're directly engaging. We're facing challenges head on. That's what I'm doing right now. But it's not about blind aggression. I'm not just swinging wildly, hoping that I'm going something, hitting something. It's actively building those relationships. It's showcasing the team's capability. It's taking on challenges that align with our strengths. Hopefully you're hearing all of this and going, cool, you're talking about things that you've experienced. But I'm just a vessel for all of your experiences that you're probably going through. Put yourself in these scenarios. So I've talked about these ways of dealing with challenges, right? And you think to yourself, okay, great, I have a strategy now. I can attack, I can defend, or what's our last one? I can escape. I can do one of these different things. But the best thing is to do it with other people, right? I find that it's better to fight these dragons with your allies, with your team, with your squad, with your party. And that's when it's going to be easier. It's going to be easier to do it together than it is to going to be able to do it by yourself. All right, next one here. Yeah. We've all played Zelda, and if you haven't, come on. It's dangerous to go alone. I have my team. I have awesome designers that are like Hawkeye. I have amazing developers that are like Iron Man. I have project managers that are like Nick Fury and can bring it all together. And with all of these powers unite, we become the most powerful creative force out there. That's what I encourage you to do. Find your allies, find your team, find your squad, and unite and become more powerful than the individual parts that you have. Originally, I wanted to go with a Voltron metaphor, but I felt like that was going to be a little too niche. So, we got one guy. That's my style of humor. So, what is the key lesson that I've learned? Dragons are not meant to be avoided. Why? Because they guard treasure. Those treasures of those experiences, those treasures of those challenges, literally sometimes it's money. And when you have those things, you're going to be able to advance. You're going to be able to level yourself up. You're going to be able to improve that ways of strengthening, defending, or escaping. So understanding, so there we go. That's all right. We're here. So the strategy of adapting isn't merely just surviving those challenges. It empowers us to thrive and because of them. So I want to share a little bit more. I think being vulnerable is important. I talk to my students about it. There's plenty of times that I tell them things and they're like, wow, your life sucks. And I'm like, hey, if you understand that I'm the person up here on stage and I'm experiencing challenges, it brings us together rather than that person going and looking at them and going, wow, they're so awesome. No. Every moment I've had triumphs and I've had failures. I've had moments of doubt. I've had struggles. I've had problems. I had a dragon that I squared up to this last year. I said to myself, I'm going to double Dino Creative's income this last year. Now, obviously, and since I'm upstage here, I won, everything's great, high five, yay! I'm sorry, I hate to break it to you, that did not happen. But I still got treasure. I still was able to equip myself with the better financial planning that I had done, greater business strategies, being able to bring the team together better, and also improve my leadership techniques. Those things were disguised in the failure of not being able to have that doubling of income, because obviously cash rules everything around us. But that's where one of my key mentalities of evolution, because Dino Creative, getting 1% better every single day is one of the primary things I build myself off of. The idea of taking that step and growing. And every tiny little step gets us to the next place. Look, I just moved all the way over here. Imagine if I kept doing that forever. So it's recognizing those small victories. And it's contributed to being more resilient, being prepared for those future challenges. Some of my students here at LCAD that have been stuck with me before, they've heard, I don't know, we might be on the next one, maybe? But, yes? No? Well, whatever, I can keep talking. We might have burned through it. Anyways, a lot of times as I tell the students, it's not about missing the target, because I've missed plenty of targets. I've screwed up infinite number of times. But when you screw up, when you make those mistakes, when those things don't succeed, if you stop, that's when you truly fail. You don't ever fail if you miss the target. You fail when you stop completely. And that's what we need to do. We need to dust ourselves off. We need to take that loss and find a new path. Or we need to learn from that thing and make a new step forward. We need to adopt, and we need to evolve, we need to adapt, and we need to grow. And through all of those things, we find that those power-ups a lot of times are disguised as those setbacks. So, I've talked for a little bit here. You've heard me say some stuff. Go back a while. Yes? Maybe one more? Down one more. Yeah. Okay. So, you've heard me talk for a little bit here. Hopefully you've got some ideas, some thoughts, some things that you can walk away with. Everybody, I think, has a phone or a pen or something. Get it on out. This is our most interactive morning. I am not going to make you stand up, though. Not like some other people. I want you to write down a dragon that you are facing. I see some people still staring at me blankly. Write it down. Be intentional right now. Take a moment. If you already have done this, good for you. Take a look at the thing that you've written before. It can be something simple. It can be that you're trying to overcome a creative block. It might be a personal challenge. It might be that you're trying to be a healthier person. It might be that you're trying to get more time in your day. There might be whatever you are facing. Look at that dragon. Everybody got something written down? Good, because there's going to be a test. I actually have access to all of your phones right now, so I can check. I want you to say and think to yourself, okay, what am I going to do to fight that dragon? Am I going to escape it? Am I going to attack it? Or am I going to defend against it? So what is something you can do every day to do it? Am I trying to become a better artist? Am I going to draw for 10 minutes every day? I mean, how much time do we spend on social media, right? Can we take 10 minutes out of our day while we're drinking our coffee and doing a doodle? Does it have to be good? No. Is there somebody that you wanted to meet and you're like, man, I really want to hang out with that person? I've got my good friend Ty here, and I legitimately was like, man, I just want to hang out with Ty. He's a super cool dude. And I was like, hey, we're going to hang out now. And he was like, we're going to hang out now. And then we did karate in the garage. So, you know, it's find that thing, find that moment, and just take a tiny little step, as we talked about. Take the little step and get yourself moving forward. So, next thing is, you've talked about how you're going to do it for yourself, but do you have a squad? Do you have a team? Do you have somebody else? I want you to take a second now. Guess what? We're here. Look in front of you, look behind you, look next to you. Either think of somebody that is going to help you on that journey, or, I want you to do it right now, turn to somebody around you and tell them the dragon you are facing. Let's do it. Let's take a little bit of time. Turn to somebody else. What's your dragon? What's your dragon?
PowerPoint.
PowerPoint? I know, what happened?
I think the screen's formatting is probably different.
Oh man.
I'm assuming like the resolution is probably different.
Yeah.
And it got scaled.
That's one of the reasons I was like, should I just have a PDF? And then
Because this is a PDF.
No, this is a Google Slides.
Yeah, but they downloaded it as a PDF.
Oh yeah?
And it was, and I checked it this morning.
Maybe next time we encourage them to do a PDF, like actually just send a PDF, but whatever.
Yeah, I think the formatting is hard.
Do a Q&A with people, right?
Yep.
Okay, great. I'm ready
Yep.
whenever.
I can hold it for now. You just, we'll do like 2 or 3, and then people can chat with them afterwards.
Whatever. All right. And I'm not super upset that people are talking to each other because that's one of our main purposes.
Alright. Give it like 30 seconds.
Yeah. Wrap up your chats. All right, everybody. So, I've released the dragon of all of you talking. I'm about 2 seconds away. All right, don't make me bring out my coach voice here, because I'm gonna have to bring the fear. All right, so I just want to first of all, thank you so much, everybody, for being open to each other and starting that conversation. That is honestly what I love to hear. I would love to actually just turn it over to super chat time. Please, after we're done chatting here, take time. How much time do we have after this for chatsies? Forever? I don't know. This is your new home? I think actually that's what Rivian said. This is our new home. So I want us to remember that, like any video game, it's not about having the perfect strategy. I don't know if anybody's played a video game recently, but you screw up a lot, especially in the beginning, and then you get better and better and better, and you level up. You play it one day every single day. Take that game of life and play it. And take that step and move forward. And level up every day, one little bit, all the time, with your squad, and then you'll improve. Then you'll become closer to that better version of yourself. So, the next chapter of your book is starting today. What are you going to write in it? Thank you very much. I appreciate your time. And we're going to open it up to some Q&A here.
Yeah, we'll take like